Hello, and welcome back to another bridge video. My name is Sarisha, and I will be teaching you something today. Today we are going to be doing some crafting, some basic crafts, just a different style of painting. So that's what we will be doing today, so stick around for that. Before that, as always, we do a word of the day here at Bridge, where I give you a word and you can use it in your regular everyday vocabulary. And what else do we do? I give you a fun fact about myself. We're going to be doing the word of the day today, like we do every week. But today's word of the day is luminous. It is an adjective and it means emitting light, especially in the dark, shining. And if something is reflecting light, it means that it's illuminated. So you can use this either as saying like a light bulb or a burning candle are both luminous objects, or the computer screen was illuminated at nighttime. The moon in the sky can be particularly luminous when it is a full moon, or you could see the illuminated outline of a person when they stood in front of the light. So those are all different ways that you can use the word luminous. All right, before we go into our craft today, I owe you a fun fact about me. So the fun fact about me is that my favorite color is indeed purple. I really do like the color purple. I also like the color green, but purple is probably one of my favorite colors because I love every different shade of it. Not that fun, but it is a fact about me. All right, let's get into crafting. All right, we are going to be bubble painting. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need some dish soap, any kind will do. You're gonna need some water. You're gonna need a cup. The shorter the cup, the better. You're gonna need a straw. You can use reusable straws. These are just craft straws that I already had. Don't go out and buy new straws. Use what you can find first. And then you're gonna need paint and some kind of paper. So usually hardstock, like cardstock, thicker paper is best. But if you have any kind of watercolor paper, specifically for watercoloring, you can use that as well. But I'm just going to use regular cardstock, so that's totally fine. It can be colored, or it can be white. This one's kind of beige, but can kind of just be whatever you want it to be. Actually, I'm going to get I actually just grabbed some colored cardstock, so that's what I'm going to use today, just to play around and see what happens. So what we're going to do is, it's not really exact, but you're going to do water, dish soap, and then your paint all in the cup, and then you're basically going to blow bubbles. The more paint that you add, the deeper, the darker the color will be. So I'm going to put a little bit of water. Start with less water, that's always better. You can always add more. And then I'm just gonna do a little squirt of dish soap, enough to get everything really bubbly. And then I'm going to, this is just like an old pen that I had. So I'm just gonna squeeze that in there. It actually looks pretty cool when it goes into the water. And then I'm also going to add just some paint from the craft store. You can get really good, cheaper paint at the dollar store that you can use for a lot of different crafts. And then I'm going to take my straw, and these straws I will wash them out and reuse them. I'm just kind of stirring up the paint in the water, and as you can see, the water is turning blue. Really shouldn't have worn a white shirt, but that's fine. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna blow bubbles like you would blow bubbles into milk. You wanna be very careful. Do not inhale. It will not taste good. It will be very gross. Do not inhale. So you're just blowing in to make the bubbles, and then you're gonna take your paper and you're going to put your paper across the bubble. So I'll show you what it looks like. And then very gently, just kind of popping the bubbles. Okay, my camera died while I was making it, but as you can kind of see, as you go, it starts to make a pattern on the paper. So I switched over and I was doing red. And I go over and I'm making red. I'll go on the back so you can see. Kind of makes like that. And what you can do too, if you want to just get the outside and you want to get like a lot of bubbles at one time, is you can hold the paper and blow at the same time. And you can just kind of move the paper around and you'll be able to get the edges. See how it starts to overlap. So what can you do with this? You can make birthday cards with the paper. You can do a big sheet and you can actually make wrapping paper with it. You can do this on a canvas and put it up on the wall. You can use this paper to make a collage or just use it in other art that you do. Just get creative, but you're just kind of making your own pattern, and every time that you make it, it's gonna look different. And depending on the colors that you use, it'll also obviously look different. And I don't remember if I said this before, but I just put down something because the pink kind of goes all over the place. I probably shouldn't have worn a white shirt. But I'm just putting it on the table because I'm gonna have to clean up after myself, and I find that that's easier. But you clean up after yourself and you do what you want to do. You just have to make sure that if you get paint everywhere, you're responsible for cleaning it up. So the green is a lot lighter because I used too much water. So if you use too much water, you're definitely gonna have to add more paint. You don't want to have to use as much paint. You use less water and the color will just be a little bit more vibrant. So there you have it. Painting with bubbles. Thanks for crafting with me today. I hope that you can find many different ways to use paper or other things that you end up bubble painting with. This is just a really cool pattern, and I believe that you will be able to find some really creative and fun ways to use this type of paper. I might actually use some of this in crafts that we do in the future, so stay tuned for that. And until next week, wash your hands, clean up after yourself, and take a sip of water. I'll see you next time. Bye.